The officials, everybody's ready to get here for the tip-off. A little different setup than we're used to. Usually we're sitting behind the scorer's bench. They're across the way from us here tonight. Alongside us, the broadcasters for the Iowa radio station. So we are tag teamed up here on the sideline. We'll try not to get too involved fisticuffs between the announcers here. The Lady Cats get that tip. It goes to Kirsten Young into the lane. Turnaround shot is up off the rim. No good. Rebound back to Young and up for the bucket. Kirsten Young starts the scoring for the Lady Cats here on the road to Iowa tonight. Pressure across the timeline. And with that full court defense, Lady Cats get the first turnover of the night. Paige Sawyer will play it into the backcourt to Gilman. She'll bring it across up the left-hand side, gives it to Young. Looks down low, post not there. They'll swing it out to Sawyer again to start the offense for the Lady Cats. Comes to Gilman. She'll drive at the top of the circle. Reverse pivot goes to Young. Comes off the ball pick. Into the lane, fadeaway shot off the board, no good, and rebounded out. Number 10, Ellie Carson, picks it for Iowa. Up court quickly, they'll come across the middle. Carson in the lane, has to come back out on the wing. Now sets it to the side. Holloway looks inside. They'll skip it over the top. Back to Holloway at the top of the circle for the Phillies. A lob down low, but it's too long. Saved inbounds. No, it didn't. On the out-of-bounds marker. And that turnover, the second of the night, turns it back into the Lady Cats ball. They'll play it into the backcourt. 1 minute gone. The Lady Cats up 2-0 here. Just underway at Iowa. Debley looks for the cutter. Sawyer down the middle. Shot away, no good. But there for the putback is Camry Wagner. Camry, great rebounding position. As the shot went up, nobody put a body on her there, and the Lady Cats stretch out 4-0. Of course, they'll come, break the press, into the front court now with the dribble is Riley. She'll put it on the left hand. We've got a push foul down low there. On the far side, that's on number 3, Julia Gilman, picking up her first personal foul. Iowa to play it in underneath their own bucket. Good defense. And a steal by Debley. Here come the Lady Cats, 2-on-1 on the break. Debley all the way, muscles up with a strong shot up and in. And the Lady Cats out on the run. 6-0 here to start this first quarter of play. Pressured in the backcourt. They'll come across the timeline. Loft pass down low, now over the center. They'll put it in the hands of Carson. Her dribble drive fouled on the way to the hoop. And Ellie Carson will go to the line to shoot a pair for Iowa. That foul whistled on Camry Wagner. Camry's first personal foul. On the way with that first shot. It's hard off the back of the rim. No good. Carson will stand in for her second free throw attempt. 5:55 on the clock here. Iowa yet to get on the scoreboard until that free throw is good. And now it's a 6-1 lead. The Lady Cats up here as we play 2 minutes into our contest. Wagner in the paint, turnaround shot, but she traveled with a split that pivot foot, and the turnover goes back over to Iowa. Full court pressure by the Lady Cats. Inbound in the backcourt, into the hands of Riley. They break it over the top with passes. Now they'll set the offense at the top of the key. Riley with the dribble. Double high post goes off the pick left side. Has to pick up that dribble. Now skip pass comes near side in the hands of Holloway. Couldn't get off the three. She'll give it up, and they'll start the offense all over again. Coming off the high side, Riley with the ball. Goes into the hands of Gardner. She's trapped on the side, and Sawyer taps the ball away. Iowa chases down. They'll bring it out and start that offense one more time. On the left wing, now looks to the high post. They'll skip it on the right side. Down low, and a pick by Young. She anticipated that pass cleanly, and the Lady Cats will bring it up. Third turnover on Iowa here as Debley takes it at the high post. Looks and finds Sawyer out at the top of the key. Right wing, Wagner looks to Young behind the arch. Her three is on the way. Up and down. Kirsten Young gets her first three-pointer of the night. Extends that lead out to a 9-1 margin for the Lady Cats. Across the timeline come the Phillies. They'll put it down in the low paint, but a block foul. That's going to be Camry Wagner's second personal here as Carson puts that ball on the floor with a quick first step. And substitutes will check in for the Lady Cats. Number 4, Grace Kuhlman, and number 14, Jara Thorpe, into the lineup now for the Lady Cats. Iowa to inbound under their own bucket. They'll clear it to Carson. Picks up the dribble, feeds it inside. Shot away is no good, and Thorpe is there for the rebound. Jara Thorpe just into the lineup, and she goes right to the ball. Depley out to Kirsten behind the arch. A three is up. No, it's off the mark, but Depley with a putback is fouled. And Ashlyn Depley will go to the line for the Lady Cats. A foul whistled on. Number 10, Ellie Carson. She picks up her first personal and the first team foul on Iowa. Lady Cats with 3 team fouls. At the stripe, Depley connects on the first free throw, and she'll be there for her second. Shooting 72% from the free throw line this season. Ashlyn Depley. One more free throw for the junior. Lady Cats in double figures now. That free throw is good, and it's a 10-point margin. The Lady Cats leading 11-1 here in the first 4 minutes of play on the road to Iowa. Ball tipped away out of bounds. Iowa 2 played in on the side marker. Looking for Cutter in the backside. Now they'll skip it on the left wing. Cross to the center. Riley pass down court, but through the hands of another Philly, and it's out of bounds. 4 turnovers as the Lady Cats pressure defense does its job. Gets the ball back in hand, and they'll bring it up with that 10-point lead. 11-1 here in the early going of this Pioneer League contest on the road to Iowa. Depley at the high post. She's going to put it on the floor. Dribble drive, but she's fouled. And Ashland will head to the line one more time. Good aggressive move there. She does. When she sets her eyes on it, I don't know what it takes to get in front of her, but they're going to give up something when they do that. Ashland hits that first free throw. 3 in a row now as Piper Moore was whistled for that first personal foul. And Ashland to stand up for a second free throw attempt. On the way, that one's off the rim. Loose ball on the floor. Iowa comes out of there with it. They'll bring it up, trailing by 11. Riley with the dribble, goes left-hand side in the hands of Moore. She'll put it on the floor in the paint, but we're going to have a block foul. Grace Kuhlman trying to get defensive position in front of Moore on the drive. It was on the floor before the shot, so Iowa will play it in out of bounds underneath their own bucket here with 3:24 remaining in the first quarter of play. Inbound near side, shot away off the rim, no good. Thorpe right there again with good rebounding positioning. Ends up with the board, comes down, fires up a three-pointer, but it's short of the mark. Out of bounds, and that'll be Iowa Philly ball. Lady Cats stay in that full-court defensive pressure here. Then they'll go to trap on the side. High over the top with the pass. Iowa breaks the backcourt pressure, brings it up, and puts it in the hands of Riley to start the offense for the Phillies. Picks up the dribble, comes to the near corner in the hands of Holloway. Now they'll skip it back around the top side to Riley. Near wing, down low to Morrison. Picks up the dribble, but slips the pivot foot. 5 turnovers now on the Iowa Phillies. this time of the season, you got to think those little mistakes like that would be addressed and corrected, not be a problem at this point. Kirsten Young steps back behind the arch. It's a three-pointer, and Kirsten with 8 points leads the Lady Cats to a 15-1 lead here with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. We're in the first quarter of action on the road at Iola tonight. Lady Cats, the middle game of a 3-game road set. They went to Anderson County on Tuesday night, on the road to Iola here tonight, and again, they'll put that bus up I-35 to Wellsville on Tuesday night to take on the Eagles. That whistle and foul was on Jarrah Thorpe with the body block there. 5 team fouls on the Lady Cats as Iola will inbound. At the top of the circle, they'll spin it left wing. Moore looks over the top, skip, and it's off the hands of another Philly, and another turnover brings the ball right back to the Lady Cats. Gilman will play it in the backcourt as Coach Gilman rises to his feet, calls out the signal for the play he wants to see as Debley comes to the high post, skips it to Young. Now she'll pull it back out, and they'll start that offense all over again. Kuhlman on the far side goes one-on-one, picks up her dribble on the drive. She's fouled, and Grace will go to the line for the Lady Cats. Number 14 with the foul, Kobe Riley. Or number 13 on the board. That is Kayla Freitag picking up the personal for Iowa. Grace's first free throw off the mark. She'll be set for a second now. On the way, and she finds a home for that one. Her first point of the night. And the Lady Cats again extend that lead. It's a 16-1 margin as they are doing the job both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And a strip and a steal. Here comes Debley down with the layup. Good double team by the Lady Cats. They get the loose ball out. And we've got a timeout on the floor as Iowa coach Becky Carlson wants to talk it over with her young ladies as the Lady Cats are having their way here in the early going tonight on the road at Iola, a team that they played early in the season. Again, got a 65-20 win in Pioneer League action back in December, early part of the season before that Christmas break. And the Lady Cats know just how to manage their defense against this inexperienced Iola offense. At one time, 4 juniors and 1 sophomore on the court for Iowa. They'll play it in on the inline here with 1:25 remaining on the clock of this first quarter of play. Pressure in the backcourt again by the Lady Cats. Holloway with the ball on the near side. Back to Riley. They'll come across the timeline. Set it on the right side to Carson. She'll drive the baseline. First bucket of the game. That is Ellie Carson with the 2 as she goes down the baseline to come up with her first bucket. Gilman, right side. She traveled with it before she got the dribble down, and that turnover sends it back to Iola. Clock stopped with 59 seconds here in the first quarter. A 15-point margin. The Lady Cats have come out, but it's a steal. Jarrah Thorpe shot off the rim, no good. Fought for loose on the floor. Kuhlman comes out with it. Sawyer sets behind the arch. And Paige Sawyer sends home a 3-pointer, her first of the night. And a steal. Paige is there after a bad pass. Gives it up to Gilman. Back to Paige. Nice. That's teamwork right there. Paige did the work getting the ball. Julia gives it right back to her for the score. Again, Lady Cats pressure all over the court. Across the timeline come the Phillies. They'll set it. Look down low. Left alone in the paint. Carson shot up. No good. On the rebounds. She tries to crash the board, but is whistled for the foul, her second of the night. And 14 foul on the Phillies. Lady Cats will play it in on the end line with 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. leading 23-3 over Iowa. Gilman will bring it up across the timeline. They've got a set play for this last 10 seconds of the quarter. Down the lane, but the ball just over the outstretched hands of Grace Gilman. And that turnover gives it back to Iowa with 4 ticks left on the clock. Pressured by the Lady Cats. They'll skip it right side. Holloway, half-court shot on the way. Doesn't gain any net. And we go to the end of one quarter of play with the Burlington Lady Cats leading it 23-3 here at Iowa. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. The Lady Cats on the road tonight to Iowa as they came off the bus, geared up to play basketball as they take a 23-3 lead over Iowa as we get underway here in the second quarter of play. Iowa with the ball. Skip pass comes right wing to Holloway. Now looks for the cutter back in the middle. But a steal reach in by Kirsten Young. She'll take it coast to coast. Lays it up off the board and in. Kirsten with 10 points on the night to lead the Lady Cats in scoring. And they get the first bucket of this second quarter to play. Across the timeline, they'll work on the right wing into the hands of Sutterby. Just into the lineup here to start this second quarter of play. Coach Carlson trying to get a good combination on the floor to run their offense. Ball out on the wing to Gardner. Skip pass comes back. Look down low to Holloway. Bad pass through the hands of Sutterby. That turnover comes to the Lady Cats. 7 turnovers on the night now for Iowa in just his first 9 minutes of play. Gilman across the timeline goes to the high post. Kuhlman looks inside, cut off from the cutter there. She'll give it back to Young. Now high post right wing. Wagner finds Gilman coming off the high pick. Couldn't get the shot off there. They'll start the offense right over again. Kuhlman from her high post finds Young. She's behind the arch and short off the front of the rim. And rebounded away to the Phillies. Pass down court, but tipped around being three players. Young comes out of there with it and gives it up to Gilman. She'll bring it across the timeline, set the offense, and they'll go to that high post again. Kuhlman looks for the cutter, puts it on the floor herself, plays it up with the left hand, not there. Wagner with a putback, it won't fall, and now they're going to whistle Camry with her third personal foul. She got pushed on the shot attempt, it looked like, from our vantage point. On the rebound, she's whistled for the foul. And she will go to the bench as Ashland Dibley returns to the lineup for the Lady Cats. Lady Cats taking the full court pressure off on the inbound play. Now they'll set the offense on the left wing. Riley with the ball high over her head. Looks for somebody coming off the top. Sutterby off the pick. Releases out to Holloway. Now back Riley at the top of the key. Puts the ball on the floor. Skip pass goes back to Holloway left wing. Nothing open down low. Lady Cats cramming it in down into the lane to keep any pass out of there. Dribble drive to the hoop, but we're going to have a whistle and a foul. That's Colby Riley going to the line for Iowa, as her shot was off the mark, but it was deflected by Julia Gilman. Gilman picking up her second personal foul. And now 17 fouls on the Lady Cats. Colby Riley steps up, gets her first point from the free throw line, and she'll be there for a second attempt. On the way, this one slowly dances around the rim, won't fall home, and the Lady Cats come out of there with the rebound. Kirsten Young off the dribble to the high post, finds Kuhlman. Sawyer couldn't get into the lane. She'll back it away now and start that offense over for Burlington. On the far wing, Watkins, who has just checked into the lineup with the dribble, gives it up to Young at the top of the key. They'll set the offense one more time with Debley on the wing. She'll put it on the floor. Spin move gives it back out to Young. Stops for 15. Shot away, no good. And rebound it off to Piper Moore for the Phillies. They'll bring it up with 4:35 left in the second quarter of play here. The Lady Cats leading 25-4 over Iowa. Holloway behind the arch. Her three shot away, no good. Out of bounds, and that'll be Lady Cat basketball. As Jarrah Thorpe checks back onto the floor again for the Lady Cats. And Paige Sawyer will take a seat. Coach Gilman keeping some fresh legs moving in and out of that lineup, up and down the court. Thorpe with the dribble, stops at the baseline, gives it up to Debley. She'll have to spin it out to Watkins. Now they'll start the offense at the high post from Debley again. Finds Watkins coming off the pick. She'll step back. They're patient to work and get the shot that they're looking for. Young feeds it in low to Debley. She's in the paint. Up with the shot. It's hard off the rim. No good. Watkins there with the put back. It won't fall. And rebounded away to Piper Moore again for Iowa. Moore has good rebounding positioning down in low. Once she's got her hands on the ball, she's not giving that up. Tips away out of bounds. It'll stay with Iowa as the clock stops. 3:34 on the mark. And the Lady Cats, a comfortable 21-point lead, but they keep up the defensive intensity to not let Iowa get into an offensive set. Ball trapped in the corner to Holloway. She'll give it up to Bauer. Top of the circle. Block shot there. Ashlyn Debley went up high to block that ball back into the hands of Iowa. And loose ball on the floor. Now it's tipped away out of bounds. Lots of action. Everybody wanting a piece of it. Nobody can possess the ball down low. It'll stay with Iowa as they'll play it in on the side nearest to us. Again, we're located sitting at a table beside the court about 4 feet away from the out-of-bounds marker. So we may come a participant in the game as it goes on. Dribble drive in the lane, up with the left hand. Colby Riley gets her first bucket of the night. She ties honors for scoring with 3 points each from Riley and Carson. Kirsten Young, a three on the way is no good. Rebound kept in play by the Lady Cats. They'll kick it out to Thorpe. She can't get it to fall. And Sawyer, no, ball taken away and into the hands of Iowa. 25-6 here with 2:25 left to play in the second quarter of action on the road at Iowa. 3-point shot on the way, and this time by Colby Riley, as she has hit from every position tonight. 2:12 on the clock as the Lady Cats set their offense. But a turnover as Paige Sawyer couldn't keep her feet. That's going to be the fourth turnover on Burlington here in the first half of play. Iowa to play it in their backcourt. The Lady Cats full court pressure throughout that first quarter as they gained the big lead. And Iowa now has cut that margin. 25-9. They trail with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball dribbled away, out of bounds. That turnover gives it back to Burlington. No, well, we had a foul whistle. Paige Sawyer saw the ball go out of bounds, and I thought he signaled that it would be Lady Cat ball, but he was pointing at the scorer's bench. A free throw goes around and now out of bounds. It'll be Iowa ball as the Lady Cats could not control the rebound. Iowa under their own bucket to play it in. Number 11, Piper Moore to key it up for the Phillies. They'll find Holloway at the top. Back out to Moore behind the arch. Her three shot away. No good. And Julia Gilman chases it down for the Lady Cats. Up court they come to Young. Reverse move. Steps in. Shot away. No good. It's out of bounds, and that'll go to the Mustang, or the Phillies. Got a big Mustang on the end wall here. These young ladies on the court for Iowa with 1:30 remaining in this first half. Dribble drive, Carson on the far side, shot up, no good. Debley boards it out, and here comes Gilman up court with the lead pass to Young. Fadeaway shot won't fall home for Kirsten. She's been off the mark here this evening. 10 points in that first quarter of action, but just hasn't been in a good flow motion here for her second quarter shots. Behind the arch, a three ball away is no good, and Thorpe boards out for the Lady Cats. She'll bring it up right-hand side. Lead pass in down low. Sawyer shot won't fall. Rebound fought for, and we've got a push foul from the backside. That's going to be number 21, Ashlyn Debley. Whistled for her first personal foul. Clock stops, and we'll go to the other end to shoot 1+ bonus free throws. 9 team fouls now on the Lady Cats. Stepping to the line, number 24, Katie Power will be there for 1+ a bonus. As substitute checking in, 21, Kelsey Morrison, the 5'4" sophomore, in the lineup now for Iowa. First free throw by Bauer on the way is up and good. She connects for her first free throw of the night, and she'll be there for a second. Sets and fires. This one also nothing but net. 25-11. The Lady Cats lead it, but Iowa has outscored Burlington 8-2 here in the second quarter of action. Kirsten Young stops. She gets 2 more from 18 out. That one went up strong with the jump shot. As we're under 30 seconds to play in this first half of action on the road at Iowa tonight. Skip pass goes far side into the hands of Morrison. She'll give it back, looks down low in the paint. Shot up and good as Holloway got behind her defender going down the baseline and gets her first bucket of the night. Kuhlman looks too slow. You're coming off the pick. Left-hander up and in. There's the buzzer. That's the end of our first half of play as the Burlington Lady Cats lead it 29-13 here at the halftime break. We'll get our stats together from the first half of play after we take this 3-minute timeout for a word from our fine sponsors back home. The Lady Cats on the road tonight. Bobby, take it away.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts in Burlington and 97.7 The Dawg invite you for some action on ice as the Topeka Roadrunners battle it out for victory. We're giving away 2 tickets on Tuesdays for hockey at its finest at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Get signed up for your chance to win tickets at U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts, 401 Garrettson in Burlington. For home game dates and times, go to Topeka Roadrunners on Facebook.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net. The staff at Diners Cafe, located at 1020 North 2nd Street in Burlington, wants to say thank you to our customers for their patronage. If you haven't been in yet, come give us a try. We believe you'll be pleasantly surprised. We strive to provide you with a total dining experience, great service, wholesome eats, and a comfortable atmosphere. Diners Cafe, we're happy to be a part of Burlington and Coffee County. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball here on The Dawg as we're on the road to Iowa this evening, taking on the Iowa Phillies in Pioneer League action. The Lady Cats came out smoking hot, went on a run of an 18-1 number before Iowa got their first 2-point basket of the night. They finish off the first quarter with a 23-3 lead. But Iowa didn't give up on it. They outscored the Lady Cats 8-2 at one point in the second quarter. And we're at the halftime break. Lady Cats still a 16-point margin, 29-13 over the Iowa Phillies. For Iowa, their scoring looks like this: 2 points each from Katie Bauer and Madison Holloway. 3 points on the night from Ellie Carson. Carson, in fact, got all of Iowa's points in that first quarter. Kobe Riley came on strong in the second quarter. She hits a free throw, a 2-pointer, and a 3-pointer on her way to lead the Phillies with 6 of their 13 points in the half. For the Lady Cats, Grace Kuhlman, 1 of 2 from the free throw stripe. Camry Wagner, 2 points, but Camry picked up 3 personal fouls in that first half of play and had to spend a little time on the bench. And we'll see plenty of her in the second half of action. 7 points each for Paige Sloyer and Ashlyn Devley. Ashlyn hit 3 of 4 from the charity stripe in that first quarter of play to add up with all of her points. And Kirsten Young, we know when she gets set behind that 3-point line, she is a sharp shooter. Hit a pair of threes and has a total at the halftime break of an even dozen points for Kirsten Young. And the Lady Cats lead it here 29-13. Heard that ad at the halftime break for Diners Cafe. It's Friday night. You know what we're doing? We're having a little Diners Cafe Meals on Wheels on the road down here. Rick and Richard and I. Rick one of these days we're going to bring a tape measure along to measure how tall that sandwich really is.
Yeah, it's thick.
It is a big, big sandwich. Hardly able to keep that container closed. It just springs open and explodes out of there. In fact, we saved the best for last. We didn't go into the cake. Of course, our buddy Richard Mahoney, he's back with us again tonight. He said, I'm not waiting. I'm diving right into a piece of this Boston cream cake. And we also found out that we left it in the car and we left it locked up. But there's another piece of that Boston cream along with an Angel Food cake with cherries on it.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to arm wrestle for that to see who gets the choice.
I don't think there'll be a loser on that deal.
That's right. There's no losers when we get to the cake part of our dessert. And we sure thank the folks down at Diners Cafe for taking care of us on these trips on the road. We're hoping that we can get with Athletic Director Dave Watkins and maybe schedule 18 of those games on the road.
There you go.
Year. It's a fun time bringing you Lady Cat basketball. Especially fun when they can get out to a big lead early in the contest. We've seen some big listings here. And one of the things that we made note of on the Capital Journal, the local rankings, they're ranked number 2 in Class 4A, Division 2, and in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, they're ranked number 6. So those are a little bit of a way to gauge what can come here at the end of the season. Looking forward to sub-state tournament time. And the Lady Cats will be on the road, as are the Wildcats. That sub-state is set for March 1st, 2nd, 3rd to be hosted in Garnett. The 4 teams assigned to that sub-state will include Anderson County, Osawatomie, Burlington, and Baldwin. Baldwin, a team we saw up at the Bulldog Wildcat Classic. Baldwin ladies, they are a premier team.
Yeah, with the Ogle sisters up there, particularly the one that's a senior, she'll be playing at the next level somewhere. Our biggest compliment we can give to her is she plays like a guy.
And she could well play on that Baldwin boys team.
Oh, yeah.
She teaches them a thing or two at practice. She is a well-rounded player, sees the court well, makes her teammates better.
Oh, yeah, she really does.
I would play. But we've got a few games to go, about 6 more games left in the season here after tonight's contest before we'll head off to sub-state action. Around the area tonight, Hartford and Chase County matchup. Lebo is out at West Franklin, and Southern Coffee is up at Waverly this evening for local games of interest. Anybody in the area that wants to text us in a score for many games, just you've got our number. Send it on down, and we'll get that score on to share around with our broadcast. Activities going on tomorrow. The wrestling team will be on the road. They're going up to Silver Lake for the Silver Lake Invitational. Again, another one of the premier wrestling sites in eastern Kansas. Looks like the girls are back on the floor. The officials are ready. The clock is at 0. We're ready to get underway for Burlington Lady Cat basketball. The second half, they'll start out on top, 29-13 here on the road at Iowa. Sloyer with the ball, feeds Ashlyn Debley, low post. Gets it to Young. Dribble drive up and in. Nice job, Kirsten. Found a gap in the defense. Went to the hoop, and they just put the ball in her hands and said score. Trap on the far side. Good job by the Lady Cat defense. Iowa gets rid of the ball, goes to the top of the circle. Now they'll pull it back out. Works the offense again. Ladies, girl-to-girl defense here. On the right wing behind the arch, a 3-ball is short off the mark, and Debley comes out of there with the board. Lady Cats controlled the rebounding in that first half. They had 7 offensive rebounds and 7 defensive rebounds. Iowa, no offensive rebounds to get any putback points. They did have 7 rebounds on the defensive side. Gilman with the ball at the top of the circle. She'll give it up to Sawyer. She dribbles to the free throw line, finds Young. Shot up and smooth in the bucket, opening the second half with a pair of deuces. And the Lady Cats send that lead out to a 20-point march as they extend it 33-13. Ball on the left wing. They'll skip it behind the arc in front of Coach Carlson. Now back on the left wing. In the hands of Riley. Her 3-ball away won't go. And Julia Gilman comes out of there with it. Now we've got, the official stops action as a piece of debris was on the floor. That could have caused somebody to trip and slide. So they took care of the housekeeping. It's Lady Cat basketball. They'll play it in the backcourt, leading 33-13 here on the road at Iowa. Across the timeline, Gilman with the dribble. Goes all the way to the hoop, off the board, it won't fall. Chases down her own rebound, skips it to Camry Wagner. She goes in the lane and she's fouled. Strong move there by Camry when she got that ball, put it on the floor for one dribble, taking it all the way to the hoop. And she will stand up to the free throw line and look for a pair of free throws. That one in and out, dipped down but would not stay home. And she'll be there for her second free throw attempt. Madison Holloway whistled for her first personal as Camry connects at the second free throw attempt. 34-13 now, Lady Cats lead it here. Across the timeline, Iowa works right wing. Now back out on the top to Riley. And Coach Carlson, a timeout on the bench, wants to talk it over with her ladies. With the 5:55 mark here on the clock, we'll go back to the station for a 1-minute timeout.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop by Hoover's Frithway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington, where this week a fresh family pack of 80% lean ground beef, $2.49 a pound, and Best Choice beans or tomatoes, 2 cans for 88 cents. Red or green seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. Also, Best Choice chili seasoning, 2 for $1. And get ready for Sunday's big game, Kraft cheese, 2 for $4. Tombstone pizza, 3 for $10. Hoover's Frithway, sale ends February 6th.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball on the Dog. Iowa out of that timeout comes out very deliberate on the offense. Passing back and forth across the top of the key. Finally a three-point shot up, but it's off the rim out of bounds, and that'll be Lady Cat basketball. Gilman to bring it up for Burlington. Looks to the right-hand wing, finds Young. Looks for the pick and the roll down low goes to Wagner. Inside, she'll step through, but she travels with it. That turnover gives it right back to Iowa. They'll play it in on the end line here. Lady Cats, again, take off the full court pressure that they started the contest with. And Iowa will bring it up across the timeline, working it near wing into the hands of Gardner. They're trying to spread the Burlington Lady Cat defense, make them work side to side. And a tip. There's a steal by Wagner. Long arms got out there and got that tip away. Collected the ball up court to Thorpe. They'll go to Young. She puts the ball on the floor. Down the middle, fight for the ball down on the floor. And finally, Iowa comes out of there with the possession. Good effort by the Iowa Phillies here, not giving up on any loose balls. They'll spin it to Gardner near wing. Back over the top. Look into the high post. And Wagner gets the steal on the turnover. She'll take it away and put it back in the Lady Cats' hands. Young goes to Sawyer on the dribble move. She'll give it up to Thorpe. Down the lane she goes on a floater. Banquin won't go home. And Iowa boards that away. Lady Cats only getting one shot down the floor this time. Not getting any of those offensive putback points. Gardner with the ball high overhead, finds Holloway in the corner. Now they'll bring it back out on top. Skip it right wing. Tried to go inside, but Camry Wagner, third time that she's come out of there with the possession on those turnovers. Sawyer up court, finds Thorpe coming to fill the lane. She'll give it up to Young. Step through, can't get it to fall, and boarded back to Iowa. 34-13, Lady Cats lead it here with 3:27 on the clock. Having trouble getting any offense started for the Phillies. They look inside, now pass it back to the top wing. Holloway, they'll feed it low in the paint. Turnaround shot off the rim, no good. And Paige Sawyer is there for the board. She'll feed it to Thorpe. Stops and pops from 18, but it's out of bounds. And the ball goes into the hands of Iowa. Michael Watkins checks onto the floor along with Grace Kuhlman for the Lady Cats now. Clock stopped at 3:01 here in the third quarter of action. Coach Gilman talking to Ashlyn Dipley on the far side. Lady Cat defense. Iowa lays it inside. Didn't get any style points on that, but got her 2 points. Ellie Carson gets her second bucket of the night. They'll feed it down low. Young drives the paint. Shot there, no good, but Camry rebound, putback hard off the rim. It's off of Iowa, and it'll stay in the hands of the Lady Cats. That was another chance for the ladies off of an offensive rebound to go for a putback, but the nets would not swish for Camry. Watkins will play it in underneath their own buckets to the low paint. Shara Thorpe up with the shot, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Shara held scoreless so far this evening, but once she gets on the board, we've seen her score in bunches. That one hard off the back of the rim on the first free throw attempt. No good, but she'll stand up for a second opportunity. High arch off the front of the rim. No good. You know, if you're not scoring, you just play harder on defense. That's what she can crank that up. Yeah. Down court comes the Phillies. Holloway behind the arch, her three away. Hard off the rim, and Thorpe's there for the rebound. We know she's got an eye for the ball. Brings it up court, inlet pass to Wagner. In the paint, that shot is up and good. That time, Camry Wagner went to the rim hard with her shot, and she's got 5 points for the Lady Cats.
Yeah, she seems to be playing with a lot more confidence here in the second half of the season.
36-15, Lady Cats lead it, and we've got a tie-up on the floor. Inlet pass went down low to Carson, and before she could get a shot off, Lady Cat defense possession arrow to Iowa, and they'll play it in underneath their own bucket. Holloway stepped back behind the 3 arch. Now finds a cutter down low. Turnaround shot off the rim, no good. And Thorpe is there for the board. She's fouled in the backcourt by Ellie Carson, picking up her 4th personal foul. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on Iowa here in the second half of play. Coach Carlson getting an explanation from the official on the far side. As Julia Gilman will bring it up for the Lady Cats here at the 1:30 mark. They lead it by 21. Watkins with the dribble, looks back to Julia. She'll come across the top of the circle, gives it up to Thorpe, goes down the lane. Her shot deflected. There for the rebound is Camry. She fouled on the putback attempt. So Camry Wagner will go to the charity stripe again for the Lady Cats. A foul whistled on Bycroft, her second personal. Camry this time cannot get that one to fall home on her first free throw attempt, but she'll be there for a second. This one is on the way, rattles around, and finally goes down for her second free throw, and 6 points on the night for Camry Wagner. Back up to a 22-point margin. The Lady Cats lead it as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. Skip pass comes near wing. Riley goes back to Holloway at the free throw line. Shot away, no good. Rebound and a putback, no good. Wildcat. Lady Cat is Kara Thorpe coming out of there with the board. She'll dribble up court, picks up the dribble, looks for the cutter. There's Watkins over the top to receive that pass. Now they'll start Wagner at the high post, looks under. Cut off from that pass. She'll clear it out to Gilman. And they'll start all over again with 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Thorpe at the right wing. Lays it back down to Kuhlman. Step through shot, no good. Deflected. Gets rid of the ball out on top to Watkins. Now we've got a lane violation turnover. That gives the ball back to the Phillies. Substitutes checking back in. Paige Sawyer on the court. Ashlyn Dibley back in the lineup again. Also, Michael Watkins returns. Across the timeline come the Phillies. They'll send it high over the top. Off the hands of Holloway, out of bounds. And the Lady Cats will have one more possession with 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A 22-point margin. Sawyer in the backcourt. Looks to the high post, finds Dibley. Looks for the cutter in the paint. It's not there. She'll put it on the floor, take it herself, picks up the dribble, goes to Sawyer. Shot blocked just before the buzzer. Nice defensive play by Iowa. And we go to the end of 3 quarters of play with the Burlington Lady Cats leading 37-15 here on the road at Iowa. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with Lady Cat basketball on the Dog.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for inspiration.
Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a snug, stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, 620-364-5523.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball on the Dogs here tonight on the road to Iowa. The Lady Cats came out with a huge first quarter explosion. They took a 23-3 lead at the end of the first stanza. A whistle and a foul stopped play as we're underway in the fourth. That was Paige Sawyer going down the lane. She got fouled on her shot attempt, and she'll step to the charity stripe. That foul whistled on Shaylee Sutterby, her first personal foul for the senior, as Paige will step up. Lady Cats begin the fourth quarter leading 37-15. Shot on the way up and good. Paige had missed on the first free throw. The second one was good. If they get to a 30-point margin of lead, that would bring in the policy of the Pioneer League of a running clock throughout the fourth quarter after gaining a 30-point advantage. Holloway with the ball on the right-hand wing, goes down the baseline, shot away. We've got a block foul down low, and that sends Holloway to the line. Number 35, Camry Wagner, picking up her fourth personal foul here tonight. Only the first team foul in the second half, as Holloway steps up and connects on her first free throw. She has 3 points on the night, and she'll be set for another. It's on the way up and good. Again, for 2 points from the stripe. Lady Cats will bring it across the timeline. They'll set it to Wagner. High post, looks and finds Ashland at the free throw line. Makes that pass to Sawyer. Now she'll pull it back out and start the offense for Burlington. Cutters underneath. Gilman comes out the far wing. Now they'll pull it clear to the top of the key and set the offense one more time. Double high post. Definitely comes up to take the ball. Looks for a double pick down low. Picks up the dribble. Has to clear it to Young. Lady Cats not smooth on their offensive set here this time down court. They're moving, but not getting themselves open. And Coach Gilman sees that there's a problem. He's got the chalkboard out, calls a timeout. We're going to take it back to the station and take a 30-second timeout for our sponsors.
Napa know-how.
If you're looking for a great start to the new year, then Napa Auto Parts is just what you need. A dependable Napa Legend Premium battery with an 84-month warranty, the Napa Legend Premium will deliver great starts for the next several years. Plus, purchase one during January. You'll get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail, a new battery, and $20 back. Now that's a great start to the new year. Go NapaMocan.com or Napa Mocan on Facebook for more great offers.
A MyTown media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSMP 97.7 Burlington. The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg. Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball on the Dawg. Lady Cats inbound to Julia Gilman, and she is knocked to the floor as number 11, Piper Moore, is whistled for her second personal foul now. That is 16 fouls on Iowa. The next one will send the Lady Cats to the charity stripe. Turnaround shot down low. Definitely can't get us the ball. Now we've got a possession tie-up on the floor. Well, let's make sure before we have a whistle. No, it's a reach-in foul. No. They're not quite as excited about the tie-ups as those guys were at the last game that we've only had one so far this game. Over in Anderson County, everything was a tie-up. But here, this crew is this crew. Shot by Iowa off the mark, and Julia Gilman boards it out for Burlington. Here come the Lady Cats. Young looking inside. Finds Dibley at the free throw line. Turnaround shot, no good. And boarded up to Riley for Iowa. She'll dribble across the timeline, shifts to the left hand. Now push foul on Gilman, her third personal. Lady Cats with 3 team fouls. As Jarrett Thorpe checks back in for Burlington, and Chloe Gardner returns to the lineup for Iowa. 5:33 remains on the clock with the Lady Cats leading 38-17, a 21-point margin. And Grace Kuhlman also checks in for Burlington. Inbound on the near side. Ball through the hands and a steal. Here comes Kuhlman up court to Gilman. She'll slow it down, gives it to Young. They'll spin right side. Finds Dibley in the paint. She'll put it on the floor. Goes hard to the hoop, has to kick it back out. But a pass out of bounds, and that turnover sends it right back over to Iowa. In the backboard, Iowa dribbles across the timeline as we hit the 5-minute mark. 21-point margin here for the Lady Cats. They were up 20 at the end of the first quarter and have maintained a dominating number on the board all through tonight's contest. Ball on the right wing, dribble drive, it's blocked, but we're going to have a whistle and a foul stop action there. And to the charity stripe steps number 14, Colby Riley. Riley, 6 points in that first half, led all Iowa scorers. That foul whistled on Julia Gilman, her 4th personal. And Riley, with 1 free throw in the net, is set for a second now. She goes through her routine, up and in. Nothing but net that time. And 8 points on the night for Colby Riley, the senior for Iowa. High post, here comes Kuhlman. Looks for the cutter and finds Young coming off the pick. Step back from 3. Off the rims around, but Julia Gilman chasing it down for the Lady Cats. Recovers that ball. Now she'll dribble out to the top of the circle. She'll set the offense for Burlington. Finds Kuhlman. Looks inside for the cutter. It's not there. She'll put it on the floor. Takes it to the hoop. Blocked, shot away. Depley with the rebound. Putback. She's fouled. And Ashlyn Depley will go to the line for the Lady Cats. She is a hard worker down in that paint for the Lady Cats. As number 15, Shaylee Sutterby, is whistled for her 2nd personal. Now 17 fouls on Iowa here with 4:19 remaining in the 4th. Depley steps to the line, gets that first free throw to fall, and she'll be there for a 2nd attempt as number 21, Kelsey Morrison, checks back in for Iowa. Depley at the mark, on the way with that shot, all net for Ashland, and she has 9 points on the night, 5 of those from the stripe, as she's 5 of 6. Up court comes Iowa. They look on the inside, cut off there. They'll have to spin it on the right wing. 40-19, Lady Cats with the 21-point margin. Iowa on the near wing. Feeded inside, ball tipped away, but Depley stuck one hand down and got the body. The other hand was on the ball, and the official said, don't do that. Whistled up, and Iowa to inbound on the near side. Iowa the top. They'll put it in the hands of Riley again. Works to the right wing, and Gardner sets the offense. She'll cut through. Nothing for her on the return pass. They'll bring it around to Riley again. Puts it on the floor. Comes off a left pick. Gardner, a 3 on the way. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound, and this time we've got a possession tie-up. And the arrow stays with Iowa. They'll play it in under their own bucket. There is Camry Wagner set to return to the lineup for Burlington. She'll take, and we've got a timeout by Coach Carlson. This time it'll be a full 1-minute timeout as we'll go back to the station for a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
He dribbles left. He dribbles right. He shoots and scores. You don't need to dribble all over town or hit the road to find the right parts for your cars when you stop and shop at Burlington Auto Supply. We sell name brand quality parts you can count on. AC Delco spark plugs, Gates belts and hoses, and Wix filters are just a few of the manufacturers we use to keep your equipment in great performing condition. We're back in the cats all season long here at Burlington Auto, your bumper-to-bumper parts store.
The Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Lady Cat basketball here on the Dog as the Lady Cats lead at 40-19 over the Iowa Phillies. We've got 3 minutes remaining in the contest. A whistle and a foul stopped action as number 24, Katie Bauer, up for the shot, was fouled. Now she'll go to the free throw line to attempt 2 free throws. First one is on the way. That's up and good. The foul was whistled on Grace Kuhlman, her second personal of the night. And Bauer with the second free throw shot attempt. In and out, no good. Interesting stat that we see in the scorebook here is that Iowa, 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Lady Cats 3 of 4 from the line in the fourth quarter. Nobody's hit one from outside. We got a foul on the floor, and Julia Gilman is going to the line for the Lady Cats. That free throw is on the way up and good. And she'll be set for one more. That foul was on Chloe Gardner, her first personal. As Gilman short on the free throw, can't make that one hit. The Lady Cats now 4 of 6 at the charity stripe here in the fourth quarter. Speed pass inside, now back out to Holloway. They'll find Riley at the top. High post. Now down low, and a tip ball. It's off the hands of Julia Gilman, out of bounds. That'll stay with Iowa as Paige Sawyer checks into the lineup for Burlington. 2:56 remain on the clock, and the Lady Cats lead it 41-20 here on the home court of the Iowa Phillies. Down in the deep corner, Morrison shot away is no good. Thorpe boards it, leads out ahead to Young. She's going to drive, takes it all the way to the hoop. It's off the rim, no good. We've got a whistle and a foul one more time. That's all the Lady Cats. We're going the other way and shoot some free throws as number 5, Paige Sawyer, is whistled for her third personal. Now 17 fouls on the Lady Cats here in this second half of play. 2:42 remains on the clock as Kelsey Morrison steps to the stripe. That free throw is on the way up and good. Her first point of the night. She'll be there for a second attempt now. This one is high arching and swishes the net also. And the free throw contest continues. That's all it's been. That's all we see here in the fourth quarter of play. Kirsten Young with the ball at the top of the key. Gives it up to Sawyer. Now high post. Here comes Kuhlman. Looking for a cutter down low. Young got the ball. Has to bring it out to the top of the circle. Gives it up to Sawyer. She'll bring it on the dribble to the right-hand side. Now looks to the high post, finding Kuhlman. Down low, couldn't get the pass in quick, so they'll bring it out to Thorpe at the top of the key. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Lady Cats leading it 41-22. Sawyer drive to the hoop. It's off the rim, no good. And rebounded away to Iowa. Of course, they'll come quickly. Got behind the defender. That shot away won't fall. We've got, what? A whistle and a foul? Where did that come from? Sort of a mystery whistle there. I thought she missed it clean and no defense against it. But they say number 21, Ashlyn Depley, was whistled for her third personal foul. Holloway at the charity stripe misses her first free throw, but she'll be there for a second attempt. Set at the mark. This one's on the way. It's up and good. Now 8 of 10 in the fourth quarter from the charity stripe for Iowa. A 41-23 margin as we tip under the 2-minute mark. Young down in the paint. She'll drive to the hoop. That one's off the mark. No good. And Iowa will board and bring it. Up court on the left wing. They'll put it back in the hands of Riley at the top of the key. Calls out the play to the left wing. Skip back, look to the right side. Lady Cats cover it up. Down low. Turnaround shot. A foul. Free throws coming on. Traveled before the shot. There we go. A turnover. Sends the ball back to the Lady Cats.
Can somebody get a bucket before the end?
I don't think they're going to, Rick. I just don't think it's going to happen. Dibley was going to try it. She drives to the hoop. It's off. And Iowa rebounds it away. Plenty of body contact there, but no whistle. Van Pass turns it over into the hands of Coach Carlson on the far sideline. And the Lady Cats will get it back with a minute to play here in the contest. They lead it 41-23. They'll bring it across the timeline as Jarrah Thorpe starts the offense for Burlington. High post, Kuhlman gives it up. They lay it down in low. Ashland's shot, is it going up? It's not going to fall. What were we thinking? Rebounded away to Iowa. They'll bring it up court. Tip ball, but into the hands of Iowa. Shot away. A whistle and a foul is going to send number 10, Ellie Carson, to the line to shoot more free throws for the Phillies. A foul on Jarrah Thorpe. Picks up her second personal now. Free throw. Yes, that one is good. Carson with her 6th point on the night. She'll set for one more free throw attempt. Hard off the front of the rim, no good. And Paige Sawyer boards it up for the Lady Cats. 41-24. Lady Cats lead it here with 20 seconds remaining on the clock tonight. Dribble drive to the hoop, no good. Dibley shot back, blocked away. And Iowa boards out with it. Up court right wing. Trap gets away. Oh, and a steal. Kuhlman, now the ball loose on the floor. Young, can she get off the shot before the buzzer? It's no good. All zeros on the board, and the buzzer sounds. We've got a victory for the Lady Cats. 41-24 here tonight on the road at Iowa. There's something I've never seen before, Rick. A whole quarter, neither team scores from the floor. All points coming from the charity stripe. We're going to get our numbers together, come back with a wrap of tonight's Lady Cat victory here at Iowa when we return in 2 minutes.
When it comes to the health of you and your family, choosing the right pharmacist is just as important as choosing the right doctor. Find a pharmacist that's right for you at your local Medicine Shop pharmacy. More than a healthcare advisor, they take the time to get to know you and to personally answer all your healthcare questions and concerns. Make the right choice. Choose a Medicine Shop pharmacist. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Burlington, Kansas. Caring beyond prescriptions.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at Crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Ready to go?
Almost. I just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Lady Cat basketball here on the Dog. The Lady Cats making the trip to Iowa in Pioneer League action tonight. They came out with a huge first quarter of play, outscoring Iowa 23-3. Held a 29-13 lead at the halftime break. Got back on the horse a bit in the third quarter to extend that lead out to a 37-35 mark. And then something we'd never seen, an all free throw fourth quarter. The Lady Cats making 4 of 6 from the stripe. Iowa converting 9 of 12 from the charity stripe. No 2 or 3-point shots were successful in that fourth quarter. But it's a Lady Cat victory, no matter how you count it, 41-24. Lady Cats win here on the road. And the numbers with the Iowa, 13 of their 24 points came from the free throw stripe tonight. They made more points standing still than they did moving tonight.
Yeah, I believe that.
On the Lady Cat side, their scoring ledger looked like this. Julia Gilman and Grace Goulman, each with 1 point. 6 points tonight for Camry Wagner, 8 for Paige Sawyer. 9 points from Ashlyn Debley. The only Lady Cat in double figures was Kirsten Young. She had a dozen in the first half, added a couple more buckets in the third quarter, and finishes the night with 16 points to lead the Lady Cats on to victory here tonight. So the Lady Cats will wrap up tonight's victory, move their season total to a 12-2 mark as they'll go on the road again next Tuesday night to Wellsville to take on the Eagles in the last of a 3-game road trip here after victories at Anderson County and Iowa. They look to put together a perfect trifecta when they take on the Wellsville Eagles, and we'll be there next Tuesday night, tip-off about 6 o'clock. Tune in right here on 97.7 The Dog for Lady Cat action.